Sadly, Horror King got busy with various birthday-related activities. It is his birthday, after all. So we were unable to do that. I'm very frustrated. We're just waiting for Deadly Premonition to finish downloading. Long story short, I was about to say the Wii U. The Switch has a shockingly small amount of space on it, and there's no nice way to say this. That's weird. And there's no nice way to say this. Games are gigantic. I've got to play a Five Nights at Freddy game, and it takes up, and this is true, almost my entire, I was about to say hard drive, but it's not really a hard drive. Whatever you call the flash drive that sits inside the Switch, because it's, all based on flash memory. I guess solid state drive is the word I'm looking for. So we're going to do one round of taking apart a ship in Shipbreaker while we wait for it to finish installing it, and then boom! Let's do this! That is a great name, Katenok Beelzebub Hellish. I am a giant fan of that name. The stream is still called Neko Ghost. Oh my god! Thank you for telling me. Really embarrassing what just happened. Alright, so... I'd offer an excuse, but I don't have one. I got very busy with a podcast, and I neglected to do my duty and fix the live stream titling. So just doing that now. Once I built a railroad, made it run, made it race against time. Okay. Deadly Premonition 2. Dun 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 dun. Deadly. Alright, let's update. Anytime you want to update. Alright, we have updated the title. If y'all want to refresh the streams, it'll have the correct title. Hey, Elite True Gamer. What is up? Let's slap that audio on so y'all can hear the adventures of a shipbreaker. It's true. Oh, it auto-refreshes the title? That's even better. This is my shipbreaker character. I have, and this is true, it is the mode where you do not, you only get the one life. So yeah, you gotta be very careful. This is my 5th attempt at completing the game with a one life character. That's 4 deaths already. One of them I made it to certification level 8, before being killed by a glitch. And you know what? I didn't care at all, because that's how much I love this game. Whoa! Gotta love it. Nice work! Which boss? Or do you mean the whole boss of the game? Oh, did that copy of Yuppie Psycho I send you worked okay? Happy birthday.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
Toad's fine, Justin. I just hope you're doing great. Alright. Done and done. So now, well, it's only a matter of slapping a tether on here. Perfect. And... okay, that was bad. I accidentally detonated this fuel canister, so I better use it before it explodes if I get a spark anywhere near it. Which is something that can happen, by the way. Lots of sparks getting thrown around when you use this cutter. That should cut the front of the ship loose, and it has. We're on our way. Not yet, Elite True Gamer. It should be coming out this fall or winter season on the PS4 and Xbox One. So it should come out before there's an Xbox 5. Sorry, a PS5 and an Xbox... What the hell are they calling the new Xbox? The Series X? Is that what it's called? But anyway, it should be out before the new systems are out. It's magnificent. I can't say enough good things about it. I adore the game Shipbreaker. 100%. No hesitation. I just wanted to make it sure it worked working. As long as the code installed fine, the rest is up to whether you like it or not. I'm not going to get involved in that question or demand you like a game just because I enjoyed it. I'm not insane. Although I do feel that way about Deadly Premonition. I always question, I don't want to force anybody to like Deadly Premonition, but I have to know what's wrong with your brain if you don't like Deadly Premonition. Oh, the killer tree! I love the killer tree! Oh, I kept screwing up that fight the first time I did it. It was so bad. Because nothing in the game tells you you're supposed to go and find some weed killer and then use it on the roots. Like, there's no hint whatsoever. So it's like if you try to go in to fight the killer tree, it just kills you every time. Instantly. And it's after you've done this ridiculously elaborate timed sequence. So it really feels like the game is screwing you over. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to release... Like, they're adding new ships and new, like, levels and tools to the game. So I don't know if they're going to put it... Because right now, there's only 2 tools, which each have 2 variants, so it's not like it's just tiny. There's only currently 2 tools and 2 kinds of ships, and then a big number of ship and objective variants you can do within that. So I don't know if they're going to be releasing it on other systems until it's more, like, feature robust. But it is coming soon. I know that much. That's not much of an exaggeration. Okay. Okay. Just grabbing those nacelles. Probably shouldn't have put a tether on the back of the ship until I had disconnected it. Oh no! I'm stuck in a frame! What's your theory on White Day? Nice of you to say, Elite True Gamer. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you make one tiny mistake around a piece of fuel, like that, and you just blow yourself right up instantaneously and ruin your entire run. Which is like a 20-hour commitment to get you here. It's not that bad for me because I only ever play this game when I'm doing something else, like recording a podcast or watching a movie, so it's not like I focus a lot of energy on it. That said, maybe that's why I get killed so often, because I don't focus a ton of attention on it, or even have the sound on. I mean, now I have the sound on. But, yeah, the sound, in case you hadn't noticed, the soundtrack is all very, you know, Firefly space guitar. Twangy, folk guitar, but in space. Just like Firefly. Really, the whole game has a very blue-collar Firefly space feel to it. So I think that's by design, that even the music feels like it. What the hell? That's weird. But yeah, seriously, so the hard drive of my Switch theoretically has 32 gigabytes on it. Right? Which again, you'd think you could get 64. Flash memory is not that expensive, but whatever. I guess they thought people were gonna just be using it for save files and video and screenshots, and everybody was gonna be using the cards. But it turns out downloading is a huge deal, so you've got to buy extra memory cards for it, which I haven't done yet. That's on me. Oh, did I not have to come through here? I did not. I could have just gone in here. That's embarrassing. But anyway, and the Five Nights at Freddy game I have to review is, and this is not an exaggeration what I'm about to say,
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
13 gigabytes big. So it is literally a third, well, more than a third, of the entire hard drive of my Switch. Why is that not moving? I think they should be moving, right?
Object accepted for processing. Credit deposited.
Let's go get some more oxygen before I die. But I don't understand why that piece isn't pulling free. It's not connected to... It theoretically is not connected to the airlock. So I don't know what's going on. Hey, Wesley, what's up? Hope you're having a great night. In case you're wondering, yes, we're about to start Deadly Premonition. We just had an issue with the installation of it, but now that's being fixed. Ooh. That's one hell of a theory. It's a very corpse party kind of vibe. We good? We go. Oh, whoops, missed one. Try not to get too close when you're when you risk destroying those coolant tanks, because that will kill you. Having a bunch of Freon explode right next to your suit, it makes your suit instantaneously become super brittle. And that doesn't go well for you. And you might be thinking, why doesn't space that do that to you anyway? Because it's incredibly cold here. And the answer is, because it doesn't have an extra medium, like an extra way to suck temperature out of your suit. Because space literally has nothing in it. That's what makes it space. Whereas once you start throwing clouds of Freon at it, or whatever the coolant is, I'm saying Freon, I don't know. It is obviously a much more intense process. Alright, so I cut the ceiling. Is that both? No. Uh-oh. Well, I just detonated the thing I was supposed to turn in. That's fine. You got a new phone. Nice. You said you were getting a new phone. Way to go. I understand your old phone was very, very ineffective. So we got to get a little bit of metal, then we're done our job, and we can go play some Deadly Premonition.
Valuable object processed.
Don't I know it, lady? Yeah, so that thing's just not coming loose no matter what I cut. It's weird, right? There's literally nothing holding it in place, but it's being held in place by that lack of a thing. Sometimes I don't understand this game. Never stop loving it, but sometimes I don't understand it. Okay, let's just toss... I'll just quickly cut this panel loose. Sorry! Keep destroying cargo. It's really embarrassing. So cut this panel loose. 1, 2... Can I cut this thing loose? Nice. So this should get this done. Did I cut that loose? I did not. There we go. And 3. Perfect. And what is main event? We good? I think we're good. Okay, and done. I should smack that thing right into the, Oh, the work order's already complete. I didn't even have to do all this. Well, now I'm very embarrassed. Oh, fun fact. Well, not fun fact, but like pro tip for if you're playing the game. Try to stay out of the way when things are being pulled by tether, because they will smash into you, and it can break your suit, killing you, or, even worse, throw you into the furnace of the processor, which also kills you, but is much more embarrassing, and the game mocks you for it. That sounds great, Horror King. I hope we can get that running. Alright, let's do this.
Deposit accepted.
Let's cash out. $2 million, not bad for one ship. Okay. Certification, as you can see, I have to get 25 pieces of electrical materials and complete 42 work orders. Sorry, 13 work orders if I want to finish this. So if there's 13 work orders is 3 missions at medium. And if there's 6 pieces of electrical tech per thing, that would only get me 18. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, let's do this. Who's ready for Deadly Premonition? Hopefully you! Let's make the most of this beautiful day. Might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Oh, that was bad. I almost sent up a tripwire for my lady to trip over if she comes back into the room. Which she might. You don't know that she won't. Alright, here we go. Prepare to have your premonition deadlied. That made sense, right? I'm going to pretend that made sense. And away we go. Millions dollars. I see. Okay, autosave, episode 2. Can't you show you any of the plot from part 2? But I can, you know, go to part 2. And adventure around the town, show off the town, help you meet the characters, do some side quests that are available. Just basically experience the world of Deadly Premonition 2. The best world of any video game, maybe ever. I'm just saying, Le Carré is a better location than Greenville, and that's a huge deal. Alright, here we go. And then the game crashed. It didn't, but that would have been funny. Alright. Hidden Object Guru here with Deadly Premonition 2. The sequel to my beloved Deadly Premonition. A lot of people complain about this game's frame rate. Honestly,
Hey, Zach.
I don't see it.
No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
You're the best, York. So, yeah, there are frame rate issues. It's not fantastic, but it's better than the first game, and that's literally all I needed it to be. He's humming Amazing Grace. We have to get there. So I've been looking for some rice to complete a side mission in this game for way too long. Shaggy, why do you hate me?
This town sure
He
is
wants me to
peaceful,
play
yes, I know.
XCOM 2
what
on
you're about to say,
hardcore,
but that's
sorry,
why we're
on
here,
Legendary Iron
to
Man.
protect this peace.
So the hardest possible
Isn't that right,
difficulty
Zach?
and no saving. So what you got here are squirrels. And these squirrels are causing trouble all over town. So you can punch them into submission. But the problem is, they will steal your stuff. So, he's going to try to steal my... he stole a first aid kit large. That's huge. So what you want to do is punch him into submission and then get your stuff back. There we go. It's generally not the best idea to just try and punch them. I mean, the punching works, but it gives them time to escape if you're not careful. So those guys most of them escaped with my stuff. But you take out a gun and fire rubber bullets at them, as I'm about to do. Whoops, did not reload there. Where'd he go? That guy just ran past me and then disappeared. Alright, so that guy successfully escaped with my stuff. I'm not looking like a particularly competent dude. Damn. Yes, there we go. 113 points of damage. That's what I like to see. No, he got my stuff! Then he climbed up on a car, which was weird. Can I get my stuff back? Or no, okay, it's on the hood of the car, and that means I can't get it back. Okay, that one's on me. I've been humiliated by some squirrels. Yep, you now have a Haruka hanging out with you.
This is the Deep South. I feel it every time that molten hot sun pours down on me. Don't you, Zach?
Check it out. It's the shop that the sheriff runs.
Okay,
That's
hold
the
on.
girl's dad. Okay, so you can buy... I've already got the spam. Good. Rubber bullets, box, first aid kit. I've got plenty of everything. What I'd like to do is sell some materials. So what do I have a ton of? 15 crawfish cells. I can part with 5 of those.
You ever need anything?
And so that's his daughter, the Patricia.
It's a beautiful day, Patty.
Really? Seems kinda normal to me.
Now that you mention it, yes, it is a normal day. I just felt like saying that.
What? You know, sometimes you really get on my nerves.
This is Danny's car, which means he's around here somewhere. Yep. Apparently he's under the bridge? Wait, is he going to hang out at the place where his daughter died because he's freaked out about it? Oh, check it out. Field of poppies. Poppies in this game indicate villainy. And I won't say more than that. But they're only in very few locations in the game.
You again?
Oh. Poor guy.
What's the buzz, Mr. FBI Special Agent?
Nice. I missed this one earlier when I was making a list of all of his taglines. Kind of embarrassed now. If you find certain spots on the river... I was aware this is the Deep South. Hey, Whitney. Yeah, apparently at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on some days, the two of them will come by the sacrifice site. I had no idea this happens. Kind of a huge surprise, right? I'm very bad at stone skipping, by the way. Yay! Maybe my best ever. So yeah, there's a, the weird part about the game, and there's lots of weird parts about this game, is they don't put where you can skip stones on the map. Like, they don't let you know about it. It's very frustrating. Yes, 12 is the highest I've ever gotten. I've gotten a few times. It's possible he's there to keep an eye on Danny. Puppies! So there's, the area is filled with feral, possibly rabid dogs. So it's up to you to, you know, take them down. With your tranquilizer pistol. I can't stress enough, I'm just tranquilizing these dogs. I've got the Magnum, which you get by collecting all the fleur-de-lis in the first 4 books of fleur-de-lis. Those are hidden emblems throughout the game. And if it does 113 points of damage, which is amazing when you shoot, but it depends on the level your enemy is. So against level 1 enemies like squirrels and wasps, you do 113. But the higher the enemy level, the less damage it does. But if you level it up, as you can see that I've done, now I do 113 to higher level monsters. I thought it was just going to increase the raw damage it does, but it makes it so bad guys are less resistant to it, which is almost as good. Tranquilizing. You saw, Whitney, I found another place that had that poppies, so throw that on our list of places in the game that have poppies. I gotta go back and check the video for the drug lab to see if there are poppies in that. No, it didn't, Shaggy, but then again, it didn't have any location-based side quests.
Were you thinking
And
about
actually,
the
you know what?
limit
You're
too?
wrong, Shaggy.
And all the other
It
women
did
we've
put
seen
side quests
so
on the
far on our
map
travels
because
across the states.
the
Zach,
bones and the
I'm right, aren't I? This is a
bones,
vast
flowers,
country.
and trading cards
Incredibly
were all
vast.
listed on the map.
And it's
So
mostly
actually, you're wrong
composed
about
of
that.
mountains,
It did
deserts,
put
and
all of it on
farmland,
the
with small
map.
towns scattered about here and
Alright,
there.
so apparently there is some rice around here somewhere. Son of a bitch! How? How could you possibly think, oh, go next
Okay,
to the
Patty.
sugar
I'm going to
plantation.
try asking you that question
That's
again.
where the
What
sugar,
do you
that's
do
where the
when
rice
you're at
will
home?
be.
I watch TV and look up stuff on the internet, I guess.
Yeah, the
Ain't
murder
much else
site.
to
Not
do
the
when
murder
you're out
site,
in the
the
middle of
altar
nowhere.
site.
Really?
Whitney.
For some reason, I envisioned you working hard to take care of all the chores around the house.
Well, of course I do stuff like that too. But doesn't everyone? Why bother talking about it?
Other kids your age don't
Yeah.
help out their parents.
I miss
They're too
trading
busy
cards, too.
talking with their friends on the phone or through emails.
That's stupid. I don't get why everyone's so obsessed with taking pictures of themselves. Then
No
they send them
poppies.
to their friends just to get approval.
Alright, let's do this. Yeah, the altar is where the, there are poppies at the altar. We're not going to say where the
Hey,
other...
want to talk about bridges?
Want to talk about bridges. We're not going to say where the other ones are here on the stream, because that counts as a spoiler, since I've already told people that poppies equal murder and equal villainy. In the same way that you could look for red trees in the first game to know who the bad guys were, in this game, poppies tip you off about evil stuff that's going on. Seriously? Oh my god. Well, let's go finish that side mission. Is it open? It is open 5 to 10. Okay, let's go finish this side mission, everybody. Whitney does not want to hear the bridge dialogue anymore, it would seem. I can't blame her. There is some repetition to the bridge. Alright, let's go finish this side quest. You know, I never got the side quest. Oh no! This happens literally all the time in the game. Danny will go to to drive home, but his car
By the
takes
way,
off
Patty.
without him. God, do you think I can catch his car? He should be going to the Casa Pineapple for dinner. He often goes to the Casa Pineapple for lunch and dinner. And sometimes his car will leave without him. It's my favorite glitch in the game. I've got video of the car leaving without him, and I follow it all the way. He's humming the theme. And he just gets left standing there. It's kind of badass, actually. Of all the glitches in this game, by far it's my favorite. Oh, already got the green pepper and the thyme.
This town
The
sure
time
is
we got
peaceful,
from,
Zach. Yes, I know. I know what you're
who
about
gave
to
us
say.
time for a
But that's
mission?
why we're here.
Was it
To protect this peace.
oh,
Isn't that right, Zach?
was it Lewis? Sorry, not Lewis. Was it Avery? Oh no, it locked up on you? That sucks. The bowling is never frozen up on me. I cannot do. I'll show you how bad I am at this. I cannot do. Life is beautiful. I can't do the final bowling challenge. I am garbage at it. I have tried like 50 times to do the last bowling challenge, and I've never. Well, no, I knocked down all but one of them like twice. It's terrible. Hey, lady. How would you like to finish
The
a mission
air out there
for
don't
me?
feel right today. You feel it too, honey?
I did not know that, Horror King. Thanks for letting me know. I did. Yay! Yeah, I really feel like this mission should have given you a clue about where you were supposed to go. Aww. Yeah, maybe it's Avery who gives you the time? Aww. No, it's not a strike, Whitney. I'm doing the becoming her successor, how to do splits. I'll show it to you in a second. Damn. Oh my god, we're getting more of York's understanding of realism. Ew. God, his taste in movies is the best.
The air out there don't feel right to...
Yeah, I'll show it to you in a second, Whitney. I did it! I got the time! Oh, sorry, the green pepper. I actually have like 3 of them. Oh, hey, for the last special drink from Xavier, do you just go to his house on Sunday, Whitney? Aww. Alright. Since we already have time.
The air out there don't feel right today. You feel it
Okay,
too,
that's
honey?
what when he's home in the evening on Sunday. Thanks, Whitney. I did! I will keep that in mind. Yeah, we've only found out about, like, less than half of the side missions in the game. They are very hard to track down. Aww. Alexis, you're the bestest. Really shouldn't have said that. Oh, yay! Can I finally complete her menu now? Aww. Her and her brother debate over which is better, Creole or Cajun food. Wow. That's so amazing. It is? Seriously? Oh my god, York, you have the worst taste in movies. Have a good meal, Whitney. No, wait, stay until you see the bowling so you can give me advice. I need to know how to bowl, damn it! I think Whitney's left, sadly. Can even change the past? Oh, York, you're the best character. Just the best character. So a lot of critics are complaining about the game. I don't know how many of them actually finished it. Or have a deep and abiding emotional connection to Deadly Premonition. So what she wants is a 4, 6, 7, 9, 10 split. How bad do you have to... Like, I don't even know how you could create this split while bowling. Like, look at this. How would that happen? So what I do is I go all the way to the left. Angle it slightly. Okay, now. Well, that sucked. Yes, I'm real bad at this, is the point. And by the way, it costs you $2.50 or $2.5, hilariously, every time you try to do it. Alright, here we go. Straight as an arrow. Nope. Yeah, and I don't really think those people... I mean, again, I don't know where they're coming from. I think they've really missed the boat with the game's representation of a trans character, because I thought it was great. I think she's a great character. I think the game is surprisingly sensitive. The fact that York refers to her by the name she used to have earlier in life is contextually makes perfect sense. It's not like it is used as a taunt or maliciously, but when you're describing the case as an FBI agent, you're gonna use the names that are not confusing to people. Oh my god, that's what I can do! See? Every time when I get it perfectly, that's what happens. Maybe I try doing it from the other side? So the idea is you aim, right? You aim right for the outside of that pin. You do very strong. You try and do it as straight as you can. Okay, well, I screwed that up. And you're supposed to send one flying completely horizontally off to the side. But the problem is, if I tried to do it from the right, I feel like I'm going to miss the 9 pin. Right? It's very frustrating. Come on! And by the way, to live in a world where you think that the, guy who made The Missing is going to do something offensive about trans rights, I think you're living in a crazy fantasy world. He made The Missing, for God's sake. He created Thomas from the first one. See? That's what happens every time. I can get everything, but either the hold on a second. Let me just show you. I can... The 4 or the 6 or the 9, no, or the 6, I can't get.
For those of us that don't know, The Missing is?
Oh, it's the platformer he made. That is entirely about one woman's trans experience.
Oh.
And her suicide attempt, and the psychic journey of self-discovery that suicide attempt leads her down.
Jesus.
It's incredible. It's literally the most sensitive video game ever about the trans experience, and it's an amazing puzzle platformer at the same time. So the idea that anyone can take a look at the guy who made that game and say, he doesn't care about trans people or understand trans rights. I'm like, no, this isn't open for opinion. You're just wrong about this. All right, come on. No, not even close.
See, you should be hitting it from that side. Your instincts are right. but you have to hit it in such a way that they go that way. So you need to be.
Except he doesn't even dead name in the game, Taryn. There are 2 times in the entire game that he uses the trans character's original old birth given name, right? The birth certificate name, right? And there are only 2 times he does it in the entire game. The first time is revealing to that character that he's figured out who they were originally and what their connection to the town is. And the second time is he's literally explaining the entire plot to somebody, and he's talking about the time long ago when that person had a different name. So it's fine. The idea that someone says he's going around dead naming people, no, that's just not accurate to what happens in the game. And if you can't, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's crazy to talk about Bruce Jenner being on the Wheaties box in 1980.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it wasn't Caitlyn Jenner who was on the Wheaties box in 1980.
Yeah.
It was Bruce Jenner. Now Caitlyn Jenner, I would only ever refer to as Caitlyn Jenner at anything Caitlyn Jenner does in her life. But if I'm talking about the Olympics in 1980, I'm probably going to be talking about Bruce Jenner.
Although, and I don't want to put words in any trans person's
Of course.
but having a lot of close personal trans friends,
Yeah.
conversations with them, I struggled with that as well,
Yeah.
with a close personal friend, in that when I would talk about her in our past and
Yeah.
be telling a story about her in our past when she wasn't her,
Yeah.
I would sometimes dead name her.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional.
Damn
it was
it.
just my mind is very linear.
Absolutely.
In that at that point it was him that I was with. And I know
Yeah.
she
Keep working hard
understood
now
that,
and never forget you
Yeah.
but it still was a point
Oh,
that
absolutely.
bugged her.
I
and
get
I
it.
make a concerted effort, and it took me literally years. But I made
Oh,
a concerted
coming
effort
right
when I
up,
was
honey.
around this friend to never refer to her.
Oh, absolutely. Now, so you add to that
That
my
way when
concerns
it
about
comes
that,
to-
right? So take my concerns about that and the context in which it's presented in the game. Now I'm going to add an extra fact.
Yeah,
This is all happening in 2005.
yeah. And I get that.
The concept of a dead name
Come back.
did not
You ain't
exist
gonna
in
find-
2005.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
Well, it did. But
No,
not
but not
to
in the...
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to the vast majority
Yeah.
of humans.
Yeah. I mean,
We didn't have the word trans and cis at the time.
yeah.
Like, we just didn't have
Better
it.
Than Chocolate is a movie that came out in the 90s, and it's in there.
Yes.
So, I'm just going to say,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah, it was out there, it just wasn't widely known.
That's my point.
Specifically amongst hetero...
Working says hi.
cisgendered people.
Oh,
Hello?
absolutely. No, yeah,
But
I think they're
I understand
really...
the hesitation.
I'm not saying people are looking to be offended. I would never accuse them of that. I'm saying that people are so used to being screwed over by media,
Yeah.
they're not looking at context.
I think you make a really good point in that right now, like, especially after the whole J.K. Rowling, is an asshole bullshit.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, she's the worst.
and a lot
Well, it's
of
actually-
LGBTQ people are Harry Potter fans.
A
Like,
fascinating
Zach,
thing
you're a coffee
is
person, right? No sugar, only milk.
the
yes, I'm
town
completely with you on that
in the
one.
game is actually weirdly accepting of the trans character in this game, but I can't tell you why because it's a huge spoiler. But it's actually surprising how
This is the
accepting the
deep
whole
south.
town
I
is.
feel it every
And
time that molten hot sun pours
literally
down on me.
the idea
Don't you, Zach?
of calling, like, if you've played The Missing and if you've played this whole game, calling this game questionable about trans people.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we
and,
were right on the money.
representation is
Tracing the San Rouge distribution
really
route
ignorant.
led us right to Louisiana. You know what
Oh,
that
and
means.
also somebody,
We've got a hot
Jim
hand.
Sterling also
And Lady
complained.
Luck's given
so
us
there's
far
the
more
character
favor than she
Hoondan,
ever
who's
has before. We just
that's just a
happened to hear
prominent
news
critic.
about Lisa's
Who
murder
is
while
generally-
sitting in a
he's
bar during our
yeah.
vacation in New Orleans.
And generally
That
right on
certainly
about
wouldn't have
most
happened
things,
if we had stayed
right?
in D.C.
But what he
They
did
would have
is
given the
he
case to
also
another
said
special
that,
agent,
he
or
doesn't
maybe
like
even to
that
the state. and then we
when
never would have found
York
it.
is
In the
referring,
end,
like
it would have been
repeating
shut
the
up in
things
that vast,
Hungan,
desolate evidence vault, along with all the other
which is
cases,
what Baron
marked
Samedi
by
is calling
nothing but a
himself in the game.
first-degree murder
When he
tag,
repeats things
buried in
Baron
a soggy
Samedi
grave at the bottom of a
said in the
sea
game,
of data. That
he will do a
would have been
pigeon
its fate.
version of Baron
Instead,
Samedi's
it
accent.
traveled from person to person
And that's not
until
fantastic,
it finally fell
but I
right
didn't
into
find
our
it
lap.
particularly
Things
troubling.
always work out that way for us. We've
Yeah.
traveled all over the United States trying to track down San Rouge. We can't let this chance pass us by, can we, Zach?
Yeah.
We need to
You
find
say
some
that,
sort of
Shaggy?
clue before this
I
southern sun
understand that
melts it all
making
away.
it. One of the critics is saying that making it seem like finding out the secret identity of a trans person and who they used to be is an easy
Did
way
you
to veer
notice
into
it, Matt?
transphobic
The
territory.
streets in
And I
New
agree
Orleans
it
were a
would be.
mess.
For example,
All busted up and
that's
undergoing
what
maintenance.
happens
The
in
city was built on a
Terror
swamp,
Train.
so the
And it
ground
is
soft.
transphobic in Terror Train.
All it takes is some heavy
But
rain
here,
to cave
it's
it all
not
in.
transphobic
There were
at
also
all.
a lot of places where large tree
Finding
roots were
out who
pushing
the
up
character
parts
used
of
to
the
be
asphalt and the
explains
sidewalk. Those
why
bumps
that
were
character,
dangerous even when we
Helena,
still had our
is
car,
treated
remember?
the way she
But
is in
this
town and
is
it's important to
different.
the plot.
The streets
And
are
again,
all paved
if
so
you've
clean
played this
that
whole
we can
game,
skate along
you
them without a
cannot
care in the
call it
world.
transphobic
And there's hardly any
in the
trash or
least.
graffiti to
Not
be found
only
anywhere.
is York
The Clarksons truly
100%
do control
down
this place,
with
for
referring to
better or
people
worse. It's a good
by the
example of
name
how
and
allowing
pronoun they
certain
prefer.
people to rise to power
And he's
can
like,
have
he chides
positive
someone
effects
about
as
it,
well.
but
Also,
there's
don't you find
another
that
couple
Southern
reveals
people
about
are
the
remarkably
character
friendly, even to total
that I
strangers?
can't
Both
reveal
here and in New Orleans,
until
I've been
Friday.
amazed at how cordial
That makes me
everyone is.
feel
Is
like
it just the way
the people
things are
complaining
down
about
here?
it
You
haven't
certainly
played the
don't
whole
see
game.
that sort of thing in New York or D.C. They never stop to chit-chat, especially when ordering food. They only say
I know
what's
you're not saying
necessary,
that, Shaggy,
without
don't
any
worry.
decoration.
What's that?
A customer only makes eye contact with the waiter about once every 3 times they interact. But that's
Oh,
just
God.
how it is. Isn't that right, Zach? The human relationships here are as fluid as an inorganic
Yep.
mechanism running on the smoothest, purest oil there is. And it feels strangely comfortable after spending time in New Orleans and coming
Yep.
here. I think I'm starting to like the southern
yeah.
disposition.
I-
They even have their
I-
own breed of bizarre crimes. And besides, the New Orleans area is famous for its paranormal culture. I'm sure it'll
Oh, yeah.
entertain us somehow. It's still a bit of a ways off, but perhaps we can also do a little case
Yep.
study for our post-retirement plan. What, you still think it's too early for that? I wouldn't say
Oh.
so. It's never too early to be prepared.
I love his
Come on, I
skateboard
know
tricks.
you're with me on this one, Zach.
So, the one skateboard trick I'm not good at is skitching, because I haven't been able to do it ever. It is really hard to find people driving around town, and because I can't find anyone driving around town, I can't exactly hook onto the back of their car and be pulled by it, can I? Okay. Oh ho! No! I'm getting squirreled! That bastard stole something from me. Then he disappeared. So I missed my chance to get my suntan lotion back. There's actually a trophy. No, 100% most critics did not finish this game. That is my theory. A lot of people found yay, I've almost got 100 stamps. If I get 120, I'll get a new suit. There's stamps for everything in the game, and as you can see, so here's something special from the chef. All of these are seriously, like, complete all of the side quest. Alexis has a second side quest. Miss Carpenter has well, I know what her side quest is, about the bowling, and I haven't finished. So here are all of these side quests I haven't found yet, and conversations I have to have with people at specific times to unlock stamps. And there's a huge amount of content I have not seen, as you can see. So here's something. Wolfhouse Brothers, okay, that's fine. Adam, Cora, these are all free missions you can do. Days spent in Le Carré. Then you've got something weird, which is the beautification bonus. And I have no idea what that is. So there's like, get a beautification bonus 20 times. What is a beautification bonus? I literally have no idea. Yeah, no, and I agree that the game does have, if you consider it, if you compare it to other popularly released video games, yeah, it's got inexcusably bad frame
So,
rates
do you
and
think of it?
gameplay issues.
Yes.
I
Are you
completely
talking
agree
about-
with that. But if you just love Deadly Premonition, it's a way better Deadly Premonition. From a control standpoint, the combat is much more playable. Everything about this is a far more playable Deadly Premonition. Let's see if Alexis will give us that next mission. Oh yeah, this is, you know, me starting a new game plus. And I'm wearing the Hitman suit, which is black suit, gray charcoal shirt, black tie.
If
It
this
looks
town
badass,
has a symbol,
as you can see.
it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges
It
are
seems that
truly a
every
rarity.
40 stamps,
Reminds
I
me
don't
of
know if I mentioned
Duluth,
that. I probably
Minnesota.
did. Every
Remember
40
what happened
stamps
there?
you get a
That man went to such great lengths to collect his
new
victims'
stamp.
tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day as they slowly decompose. As I drove him to the station after...
Ew. Yeah. No, I would say likely, again, that a lot of the people complaining did not finish the game. And a lot of them noped out of the game because the frame rate was so bad. So I'm not even going to, like, say, oh, well, you know, you 100% have to finish it, because their whole point in their reviews, I'm sure, is going to be that it's like, the frame rate was so bad and the controls were so awkward, I couldn't finish playing it. So, I accept that that's a thing. A beignet! Oh. She wants me to have a beignet. Alright, so how do I start her next mission? Obviously, it's not going to happen now. How do I start her next mission? Maybe I have to go to her house when she's home. Maybe I have to talk to her when her brother's here. Yeah. No, you can, if you restart, not only is there a proper New Game Plus, there's multiple save files. When you start the new game, you have all of the items and equipment you had when you finished the game, and all of your short story, like side story completion, stays locked in, so you don't have to go back and restart missions. Only the main story resets. It's great. Yeah, it's a huge improvement over the first game. And yes, the stamps, in case you're clear, the stamps do carry over. The stamp is your cumulative adventure in the game. I mean, you couldn't conceivably spend 360 games in the days in the game world in one playthrough. That just wouldn't make sense. But that is one of the stamps. Spend a whole year minus 5 or 6 days here in town. Whoa! Hey, buddy. Sorry.
Did you?
Alright, so. Let's see. Nope. His car's not here. I wonder where Danny's car went. Yes, there are also stamps for getting fined a certain amount of time, so you have to purposefully get fined if you want to get all of the stamps. It's quite an ordeal. So who's inside the hotel right now? Luckily, if you zoom in all the way, you can find out who's inside. So David's in there, Alexis is over there, the mirror is at his office. I don't think the mirror has a house. Avery's at work, Tyrone's at work, Lewis is at work. There's Melvin's house. Xavier's house. Xavier's at work. Raven Yahoo is driving around town. Oh my god, maybe I can finally start some sketching.
Is that Marty McFly?
Yes.
Just verifying.
No, it's what you think it is. You go enjoy your Charmed, lady.
It's more the air conditioning than anything.
I respect that.
No offense to out here, but
No, I get it.
it is a goddamn sauna out here.
Oh, it says July 7th? Thanks.
I think your entire stream needs to know just how hot the room you're streaming
Oh, it's
from
terrible.
is.
Yeah, it's like 28 degrees in here. It's a nightmare. Maybe 29. But anyway. Yes. Well, the funny part is, the stamps are like a follow-up on that terrible leaderboard in the first game. That says July for you. Press X to Jason is a fantastic name. Thank you so much for having that name. Right, so Raven Yahoo is directly this way. Hopefully she's
You
in her
didn't
car.
even twitch when you...
And I can sketch. She might just be walking down the street, or no, she's just hanging out. Damn it!
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about...
Okay.
How's the investigation coming? Must be going well if you're...
Alright, do you have a special conversation? So this is a glitch. That's the line she's supposed to say when she's sitting in the bar. So that's a mistake. Friday the 13th game where you get to press X to Jason. How I love it. Check it out, everybody. It's Big Square Store. Because the town is called Le Carré, which is the square. So the market is called Big Square. So now I'm going to show y'all what happens when you get super drunk. Do 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 do. That would be a great Twitch command. Oh, weird. This is where the jazz combo plays on the weekends. Let's see what missions they want me to complete. So those are the plot missions. So they want me to win that Big 5 split. I need to find Xavier on Sunday, and I need to finish Xavier's plot to finish the Beads story.
Well, Bureau.
Yeah, see? He's like, no, you gotta find out on, you gotta find me on Sunday.
Well,
yeah, it's weird that they put skitching in the game. Like, they thought you'd be using it all the time to get around town. But I think what happened was, like, that was part of their design document, and they put it into the game. But then, because of technical limitations, they can't, like, have people driving around town a lot, because a bunch of extra cars would destroy the frame rate. And as a result, like, skitching ends up being kind of useless.
Sometimes folks feel like drinking. Yeah.
Okay. Trinidad Sour. What map, Taryn? I'm sorry, I've forgotten what I was saying. That oh, the map. Yes.
Yeah,
yes, I've ordered a copy where I get the map.
On the weekends.
Taryn.
Yeah.
All right. One more drink.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Trinidad Sour. It's not exactly Yakuza because when you order a drink, they don't tell you all about the drink the way you do in Yakuza. But yes, it is very Yakuza.
You'll be
hanging
back.
out with
Haruka
and getting super drunk in bars. All right.
Well,
is that the highest drunk I can be?
Sometimes. Yeah.
We're going to see if there's a third level of drunk by having 2 more drinks. Dark and stormy. Maybe I'll collapse from drunkenness and wake up in the hospital?
You'll be back, remember.
It's 2 drinks per level of drunkenness.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't think like Yakuza, at some point in Yakuza they always tell you, okay, you've had enough.
You'll be back, remember.
I don't think that's going to happen here. Alright, I think this is all the drinking we can do. Wow. I'm not moving the controller at all. I'm just pushing forward. It's true. Kiryu has the manliest drinks. That's one of the many reasons we love him. That is weird. You spelled manlier right, Shaggy. Unless you were commenting in a way I didn't understand, which is also possible. But yes, so I found a new location with poppies in it. I was about to say what number it is, but that would have given you a clue about who the villains in the game are. There's a couple of badass red trees in town. I'm not going to tell you how they got there, because again, spoilers. Whoa. As you can see, I'm not touching the controller.
One lollipop?
He is very
2
wobbly.
lollipops? 3 lollipops? Don't mind me, Zach. This is how I wake myself up.
Ugh. Your drunken skating is the best. Now to go fight some gators while drunk. Wait, physical copies aren't getting the patch? That's crazy. How could physical copies not get the patch? You can download patches to the Switch. Even for physical games. I mean, maybe they just have to rewrite the patch differently, Taryn, for the Switch version,
Zach,
for
you're
the
a coffee
card
person,
version,
right?
and they're going to?
No sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with you on that one.
God, what if it... Well, how big was the patch? Is it one of those situations where the patch is like, you have to re-download the entire game? So, like, the patch for the card version would be 4
Were you thinking about
gigabytes
Galena
big?
too? And all the other women we've seen so far?
Oh, whoops, sorry. Alright, so let's see how well I can shoot while unbelievably drunk. I can't even walk in anything approaching a straight line. So let's see how I do if I pick a fight with some murder puppers while I'm unbelievably drunk. I hear you on that one, Shaggy, but if we didn't if we were unwilling to label certain drinks as girly, we wouldn't have the sketch Girl Drink Drunk, one of the greatest sketches in the history of sketch comedy. So I'm sorry, I have to allow for the gendered concept of girly and manly drinks, or else we wouldn't have had Girl Drink Drunk. And the amazing drink, the Squashed Strawberry Alley Cat. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Yes! Got him. Alright, just 4 more dogs to go. Here we go. Uh-oh. Well, that guy seemed pissed about something. Come on. Yeah! Anytime you kill a unique-looking animal that's a different color from the other ones. So basically what happens is there's the animal. So, chicory, squirrel, dog, gator. And then there'll be a bigger, tougher version of it that's slightly darker color.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing.
That has more
felt like
health.
saying that.
And then there'll be a unique color version one. So that'll be albino gators, pink dogs, or blue squirrels. And they give you cash bonuses. So yeah, let's cure ourselves of our drunkenness. That's cold begone. I don't have any drunk cure items. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Well, we'll just sleep for an hour and that'll cure me. Check it out, everybody. Red tree. You all know what that means.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing. Just felt like saying that.
Well, hopefully. That's insane. Well, I mean, give them a week. They might. Oh my god, I'm so drunk. They might patch it in. Here we go. You have to set this fire in the garbage can to keep monsters from attacking you while you're asleep. And I'm still unbelievably drunk. Okay, well there's your answer. I guess we're gonna have to go sleep it off at the hotel.
Hey,
yeah,
Zach.
but that's what I'm saying,
No, nothing.
Taryn. Like,
Just
give them a
felt like
couple of
saying that.
days. The physical edition might have a patch later, saving you from having to buy Origins again. Not that I disagree with buying Origins twice. I mean, it's a Deadly Premonition game. Any purchase it gets is a good one.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted
your
up and undergoing
predictions,
maintenance.
Shaggy.
The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those
Oh,
bumps
wait, I
were
just remembered
dangerous
I might
even when we
have
still had
some,
our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons
you're
truly do
amazing.
control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain
his car
people
was
to rise to
stolen,
power
Hurricane.
can have positive
And
effects
the car
as well.
thief,
Also, don't you find that
discarded
Southern
his
people are
skateboard?
remarkably friendly, even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed at how cordial everyone is. Is it just the
and
way
the car
things
thief
are down
discarded
here?
his
You certainly
skateboard
don't.
in the parking space where he stole York's car from. So York decided that it was just the universe telling him, okay, you should learn how to skateboard. And so he learned how to skateboard. And honestly, it's so much better than having a car in a game, because you can
Zach,
just
you're-
immediately switch from running to skateboarding with the tap of a button. Like in any other game, you would have to...
This town.
It's a clue! There's a clue! Great big red car, that's also a clue. Just letting you know, there's a clue. Why is this unbelievably expensive red sports car parked by this chain link fence? I wonder if that's going to be important later. Wink.
You didn't even.
Wink. This game has one of the most, like, cruel parodies of video game puzzles I've ever seen in a video game. Because people didn't believe me in the first game when I said that the 3 puzzles in the first game were, like, parodies of video game puzzles. Whereas, I mean, he flat out says, like, and I think Swery is annoyed that people missed that those quote-unquote puzzles were a joke in the first game. So in this one, he does not leave anything to a chance. There's a parody puzzle, and
the
in it
streets
he's
in
like,
New Orleans were a mess.
this is a terrible
all
video game
busted up
puzzle
and
that I
undergoing
have to do.
maintenance. The
It's
city was
fantastic.
built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the
Yeah, so
asphalt.
as you can hear, he'll repeat the same lines over and over again, and if you get tired of hearing them, just open up the sub-screen that lets you look at your... the sub-screen that lets you look at your quests, and you immediately dismiss the conversation.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess.
Wow, he just keeps doing the same conversation, doesn't he? You can battle bees by punching them to death in this game. It's pretty amazing. But check this out. I want to see if this still works. I think this works. Okay, so let's get some booze be gone. I don't have any booze be gone. What is wrong with me that I didn't stock up on booze be gone? Well, you know what the answer is. Nobody ever drops booze be gone in the game. Alright, so let me show you something. Oh, that sucks, Taryn. It's pretty great. So you see the killer bees, right? This is the killer beehive. You notice that they're not making a fuss and trying to murder me? There's a reason for that. Yep. In real life, bees all sleep at night. Bees are not active at night. And so in the video game, because this is the kind of thing Swery cares about, bees just aren't active at night. As usual, Swery has thought everything through. The only problem with this game is that it doesn't have the budget necessary.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution
Like, it doesn't have the money
route
to
led us
have a
right
good
to
engine.
Louisiana.
Like, that's the
You know what
only
that
thing wrong
means.
with this
We've
game.
got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us...
The story is fantastic. Like, the gameplay innovations
Smarty
are wonderful.
pants, what you want?
I love Avery.
Smarty pants.
You are a adorbs, Avery. I don't want to exaggerate this, but I'm a big fan. So the Catherine full body edition, is that the new Catherine that has the third Catherine? Because I have not played the new Catherine with the third Catherine yet. So let me see
So,
if
what
this
do you
has
think
it.
of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Hungan, is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of either? Still too early to tell. But it's
Does it
clear
say here
that
on the
he'll be the
sign?
key.
Damn it, it doesn't. Let's see if there's a poster for it on the wall here. Regular plus premium. That's the Octane. And the wall we've got repair or new. Let me just aim my gun to get close. No, okay. So elsewhere in the game, you can actually see posters for Elagos gas, but whoever made the poster misspelled it. So it says Elagos Gus. G-U-S. It's kind of nice.
This town sure is peaceful, Zach. Yes, I know. I know
That's
what
pretty
you're
amazing
about to say.
that
But that's
the
why we're
Switch
here.
version is just as
To
good as the
protect this
PS4
peace.
version.
Isn't
Did I
that
play
right,
it on-
Zach?
Sorry, PS3 version. Did I play it on PS3 or Xbox? I don't remember. I don't remember what I played Catherine on. Weird. Huh. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Hey, Zach,
I had
it
both
looks
systems and they were all plugged in all the time, so it doesn't really change anything, but it would interest me to know. Is that how she spells it, Shaggy? With a Q? Or is this another one of your hilarious, famous pranks? She actually does? That's amazing. Alright, I'll buy some booze be gone. I thought you were joking, but wow, that's terrible. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a chance to do an interview with, okay. I got an interview with, I'm going to have the chance to do an interview with Swery. So if y'all have any questions that you would like to toss at Swery, let me know. During the day, he hangs out chatting with Raven, but at night, Raven's off doing other stuff. so he
Sure
just
is
hangs
some
out.
sun out there, ain't it, boss?
Aww. Aww. I just started a new quest. What? I just found a new quest. That's amazing. I found a brand new quest here on
Very
the
good,
stream,
sir.
everybody.
Please, come.
I mean, I knew there's a ton more quests in the game, but I'm pretty proud of myself right now, actually. Anti-alky. There we go. Alright, now, no more stumbling around.
Serving you is... Please do let me know if there is any other way for me to assist you.
Awesome, Shaggy. That's great. What did the disaster report guy have to say? So, I'm going to show you one of the most puzzling mysteries in the game. This is the desk that Raven...
What? You need a ride?
Okay,
I'll call her in a jiffy.
Raven to drive from,
Why,
right?
Vern, the new cutting-edge transportation service. We'll come to you wherever you are.
This is the woman who has invented Uber 5 years early. Or 6 years early. When did Uber start? 2011? Anyway. Ooh. So as I was saying, yes, the games profoundly do not take place in American settings. Is he delusional? They're clearly Japanese. Like, so many of the disaster report games involve, like, massive, super modern public transportation systems that don't exist at all in America.
How's the investigation coming? Must be going well if you're on the case.
Alright, so watch this. So, in the game... I guess that's true, Shaggy. So in the game, you can go and you have to find these hidden secret alien emblems. I'm not going to get into it. It's a side mission. It's very entertaining. But here's the point. Right. So there's 19 you have to find. Disasters are more common American disasters. Japan has earthquakes all the time. That's just not true. Anyway, like literally all the time Japan is constantly having earthquakes. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, sorry. The hotspots, right? So 19 of them you find around town, and one of them you have to pay her to take you to a hotspot. And there are 5 albums, and she can take you to 5 hotspots. Now I'm going to show you what is here. Now look, there are 5 hotspots you can go to, and they are numbered 1, 3, 4, 5, 8. And by the way, she tells you that, like, when you ask to go to 8, she tells you, do you want to go to the last hotspot? And I'm like, great, but how do I get the other hotspots? It's so strange. Go in a look around mode, see if there's anything to pick up. There probably isn't. No, there isn't. Yeah, so she'll take you to places that you can literally only get to via her car. There is no way to get to this location. As you can see, it's within the sugarcane fields. So you just can't get here.
That melody always gets stuck in my head. Just
I accidentally
be
started 2
quiet.
conversations at once. That was weird. Yeah. Him having a crush on Raven and Raven having a crush on him has been a big element of the plot so far. So I'm going to go right, then it's 1, 2, 3 streets right, then left over the bridge. Alright, so that's Street 1. So much easier to get around in this game.
If this town has a symbol,
is much closer
it's got
to
to be
everything
that
else.
bridge hanging over the bayou. Lift bridges are truly a rarity. Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota.
Come on,
Remember what
can we
happened
get to
there?
her house
That
before it's
man
time
went
for
to
her to go
such
to
great
bed?
lengths to collect his victims' tongues.
1 minute
the one
passes
who would
by
French
every
kiss
10
them
seconds.
every day as they slowly decompose. As I drove him
So
to
I'd
the
have to get
station
there in
after his
under a
arrest,
minute, which I might not be
he
able
started
to.
lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway, back to Duluth. They have a famous lift bridge there called the Aerial
That I have
Lift
obviously
Bridge.
forgotten,
The lift
Shay.
bridge here is the first one we've seen
like-
since then.
It's
But
so
this one looks
obviously Japan. But I see what you mean about the American influence to it. Just the whole idea of anyone doing modern or experimental infrastructure in America is so ludicrous.
Zach, you're a coffee
But it
person,
has to
right?
be said in
no
Japan.
sugar, only milk. Yes, I'm completely with
Yes,
you on that.
California and Japan are both part of the Ring of Fire, which is where all the earthquakes are. As you can see, Melvin's at home. And I'm dropping off his daughter at bedtime.
Agent York, it's getting kind of late. You shouldn't be dragging a kid around at this time of night, you know.
If you say so. I'll walk you home then.
No thanks. I can walk home on my own.
You are literally 10 feet from your
Stop
front
treating me
door.
like a kid. They say red shadows wander around here at night. So be careful.
Red shadows?
Ooh.
Yeah. Red shadows come out and attack folks who walk around in the dark.
Why do they attack them?
So they can drag them over to the other side. I guess it's kind of like a town legend that's been passed down over the years.
And you believe it?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a story someone made up so that kids would go to sleep at night.
Aww.
But I reckon there must be
It's
some
true,
other reason
Taryn.
why
He's
those stories always
amazing
get
at
passed
skateboarding.
down. So I think it's important to keep them alive.
Okay. I'll be careful. Zach, did you hear that? Red shadows. Sounds like a must-see to me.
Yeah, just like in Deadly Premonition, after midnight you'll get attacked by ghosts. Although now there's a reason to be, because you can farm... You can use them to farm... materials that you need for crafting gun and personal updates. Can I talk to Melvin? Yes.
What's the buzz, Mr. FBI
I've never checked on
Special
him
Agent?
checked on him in town. Okay, well, there wasn't much to do if you see him, if you come and talk to him at home. But still, I'm glad I did it. So as you can see now on the map, Patricia and... Oh, it doesn't list Patricia. That's weird. But we know where Patricia is. The mirror seems to, like, live at the store, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's very weird. Oh, okay. Apparently, everybody, the news has just come out that Toy Box has apologized, and they are working on a patch for Deadly Premonition. Okay. So let's go do an awesome jump, shall we?
If this town has a symbol, it's got to be that bridge hanging over the bayou.
No, it's
Lift
not a
bridges are
spoiler,
truly
Shaggy, because it
rarity.
happens in the
Reminds
first
me of
chapter, and
Duluth,
no,
Minnesota.
there are no barely
Remember what
explained
happened
zombies
there?
in the game.
That man
there
went to
are
such great lengths to collect
mysterious
his victims'
spirits
tongues.
that
You know, the one who
represent
would French kiss them every
like,
day as they slowly
the forces
decompose.
of
As I drove him to
the
the
Red
station
World,
after his arrest, he started
and
lecturing
York
me on the proper way
doesn't
to
really
give someone
address
a
what he thinks
kiss.
they are.
Anyway, back to Duluth.
So
They have a
the
famous
zombies in the
lift
first
bridge
game are
there called
explained
the
because they're
aerial
the
lift
unquiet
bridge.
spirits
The lift
of the
bridge
Green Veil
here is
Dead.
the first one we've seen
And you can
since then.
extrapolate
But
that
this
to being
one looks a
about
lot
here, but no one
smaller than the
explicitly
aerial
says it.
lift bridge.
Also,
its smaller size was most likely chosen due to the width of the river and
they're,
the sea
what do
level
you
of this
call it?
area. The height and structure of a bridge is what determines
By
which
the way,
sort of
biggest
boats can
mystery in this
travel down
friggin'
the river.
game?
Normal bridges based...
How do I get in here? See this? Inside there, and you can confirm it by using your vision, there are a bunch of things to pick up on the ground, right? There's trees in there, but there's a fence on one side, and a bunch of shipping crates completely blocking it off on the other three sides. Cool, I hope you're enjoying Pokemon Crystal. Can't sneak in there, you can't even skate in there. And boom. Oh, you think you found a gap? Nope, just more fence. So there's 2 items in there that you can't get to. And it really bothers me. It's so frustrating. But yep, apparently they have heard everybody's complaints, and they will be doing a patch. So there you go.
Were you thinking about Galena too? And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across
Woo!
the states? Zach.
That's what we call being an awesome machine. Now I gotta move the train so I don't actually have to do that anymore. This is the hardest, by the way, this is one of the hardest emblems for me to figure out. So there's an emblem next to this train, right? There's a picture. The picture shows you got to take a picture of next to the train to find the emblem. So what I did was I spent... I will keep looking. You're right, I should. So I kept trying to take pictures because there was a picture of the train car with that red thing off to its left. And then after like trying to do that for 20 minutes, well, not 20, but close to it, I realized, oh my god, it's a picture of what it looked like before I moved the train, and you actually had to take the picture from this angle. Oh, UFO! There's a UFO, everybody. Where is it? Oh, there it is. In that tree. So there are these UFO balloons everywhere. You shoot them, you get some experience points. Where is it? UFO balloon. Oh, it's in this tree. Okay. You shoot it, you get a couple experience points. But the weird part is there's this strange glitch, right? Where an item drops on the ground, you pick it up, it's great. Right, where you're supposed to destroy X amount of balloons to defeat a side mission, but when you destroy balloons, it doesn't count towards the side mission. It's very frustrating. But yeah, oh, thank God they're going to patch the thing. I don't need it because I literally don't care at all about the frame rate. Now that, okay, that's not entirely true. The frame rate will occasionally get so bad that I do care, but all you have to do is save, quit the game, and reload, and the frame rate will be fine again. Like this frame rate here, this is fine. I don't mind this at all. But if it gets better, fine. That's great. If it gets more people to play the game, I'm happy. But honestly, doesn't bother me at all. Oh wait, now I'm starting to Mario. Let's see what Chuck has to say.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, Chuck, you're such a dick. All right, let's see what's where we can go. This is his Crawdad Ponds off to the side, where he farms Crawdaddy. Let's see. So Mirror, Melvin, we've checked in. Lewis is over there. Avery hangs out in the park at night before going to bed. David is at his hotel. Alexa and Miss Carpenter there. The Sanderses are both home. The Sanders is the town doctor and town preacher. And his daughter, Emma, runs a, unofficial skateboard shop. Let's see. We've got anybody over here? Raven's back at her house. Let's go check in on her. Daniel Clarkson is having dinner at the hotel. We should totally check that out. And Melvin Woods. Who else? I have tried it on handheld, and it works exactly the same, Taryn. Like, I didn't see any performance drops at all. Okay, and here, there's nobody here because PJ, the patriarch of the Clarkson family, only appears in cutscenes. He's never actually, like, a character walking around the game world, which is sad, but it's not a, it's not a deal breaker in any way, shape, or form. Swamp Tours! Business hours Monday to Thursday, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., Friday to Saturday, 1 p.m., closed Sundays. Okay. So we'll come back here tomorrow afternoon and do that.
Looks like a case of, let's come back later.
You can't skip stones at night. I didn't know that. See, I'm learning things all the time. Okay. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, life is beautiful. I haven't played it much in There's a lot to this game, Taryn. The main difference is it's harder to find side quests in this than was in the original. Because in the original, you had a book that listed all of the side quests in the game, and what chapter you could access them, and which character you had to go talk to.
And all the other women we've seen so far on our travels across the states.
Here, you have to
Zach,
figure it out on your own.
I'm right, aren't I? This is a vast country, incredibly vast, and it's mostly composed of mountains, deserts, and farmland.
Let's see if Raven has
with
a
small
side
towns
quest
scattered about here and there.
night.
That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country.
Okay, save point. We haven't saved in a while. We haven't actually saved since we found that new side quest, so... Oh, there have been a bunch of autosaves, which is good. The game autosaves pretty frequently. It's not like LX, which literally autosaves every 3 minutes, which is amazing. But it does autosave fairly secretly. But still, save... My biggest tip to people playing the game is save all the time. Just
How's
all
the
time.
investigation coming?
Alright, let's see if she has anything interesting to say. Yeah? What's your special antenna? No, she doesn't have anything else to say? Oh, right. Yeah, she wants to keep up on the newest tech, so she has satellite dishes all over her house. It's weird. Okay. Oh, and I'll show this off, which is kind of cool. This is where she practices her drums, because on the weekends, she is a drummer in the jazz band. I see your point, Taryn. Like, it does feel like you're exploring the world.
Hey, Zach. No, nothing.
I liked the
Just
convenience
felt like
of the
saying
notebook, but if you don't mind just going around and talking to everybody at different times of the day, because just like in Deadly Premonition, I mean, there's no rain this time to complicate things, but just like in Deadly Premonition, you have to go and see someone at a specific time.
I'm talking about him.
Sometimes on a
Linda.
specific day.
Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he...
Skate or die. Alright. Play! So you were judged on 2 criteria for these skating missions. 1, how fast you did it. 2, how many coins you got. Oh, you also have to hit all the flags, which I've already failed to do. Yes, I want to give up. That was embarrassing. Is that what the plot of That's So Raven was, Shaggy? It was about a psychic girl who could see the future? Now I'm sad I've never seen an episode of it. Did I get the flag? No, I didn't. Not going to be setting any records today. The better your handling is, the tighter your turns are. That's all that means. Top speed is obvious. Durability is obvious. Handling is how quickly York turns on the skateboard. Yeah, I'm so good at jumping, I regularly fly over the flags I need to get to. It's not a good look. Her whole theme, like his whole theme about learning skateboarding, has him referring to her as his Mr. Miyagi. And he talks extensively about the plots. Well, not extensively. The first one he just mentions, you know, the basics of it. But then he talks in detail about the plots of Karate Kid 2 and 3. First about going to Okinawa, and then having to battle Cobra Kai in the third one. It's kind of incredible. No, that's fine. Although I will show you something. So, in addition to your there being a performance, right? So there's a performance thing for every different... there's a performance ranking for every different course. But in addition to that, there is a total score thing for how many of these you've done. So if you just keep grinding it, like play it 30 times, getting 2,000 per time, you'll get up to the high quality Biad. And as you see, 87,000 is jump increase level 3, which is madness. Oh, so it was like the TV show Medium, except she saw the future instead of the past. Gotcha. Oh, so it's exactly like the show Medium. Makes me feel like Medium was maybe ripping off That's So Raven. So you go this way. And to get all the coins, you have to go through here. Then back through here. And you have to jump here. Nice. I'm pretty good at ollies. Nope. Screwed that up. Oh, I was supposed to go through here. My bad. Alright, well that's embarrassing. Oh, I missed the valuable one on top. Oh well. And then I missed the flag. Wow, I am bad at this. Missed so many coins. How was I supposed to get over there? Oh, I was supposed to double back to get the last one. Okay, well, live and learn. Hey, they give me the last few coins. Nice. New high score? Still not good enough. But yay! Yeah, Medium's an okay show. Except for that one episode where Allison betrays all of her beliefs and ruins everybody's lives.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, it traveled from person to person until it finally fell right into our lap. Things always work out that way for us. We've traveled all over the United States
really
trying to track down San Rouge.
For a show, Shaggy, as a premise. Like, imagine if the premise of Quantum Leap was he goes back in time to fix things, but then every single episode, it just turns out that the things were the way they were supposed to be, and he doesn't bother doing anything. That would not be a good show. People would not want to watch that. And yet That's So Raven is popular enough that I've heard of it. Although I did not know she was a psychic. Oh, no, wait, maybe I did know she... No, I feel like I did know she... I'm sure it was been mentioned to me, like it's sounding familiar what you guys are saying. Enough that I feel like someone must have mentioned to me at some point that she was a psychic. And I was like, there's a Disney show about a psychic girl? Wow. Which was the show that, Which was the show that George Takei was on, playing a concierge, and that's where his "Oh my" catchphrase comes from? Was that That's So Raven, or was that something else?
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach.
Exactly
and
my
there's no
thoughts
turning
on the
back
matter,
now.
Shaggy.
Remember what we saw on our way here? Back
That's
when
what
we
you're
were
telling
driving
me
that
That's So
hybrid
Raven
car
sounds
before we
like.
switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over water in the entire world. Remember the sudden downpour that made it impossible for us to see the road? The rain was so torrential that we couldn't see more than a few miles ahead of us. I'm sure local drivers are used to that sort of thing. They were all going normal speeds. I'll bet that scene reminded you of a certain film, or perhaps a certain
one of the
person.
greatest, one of my favorite,
Violent
not
City,
greatest, one of my favorite
1970,
video game scenes
directed
of
by
all
Sergio
time
Salima. I only ever saw it on
is,
TV when I was a kid, so I don't remember it very well. But I definitely remember that it featured a bridge.
Is the
a
Lake
long
Pontchartrain
bridge
sequence
during the New
from,
Orleans part. That's the one
James
thing
Bond
I remember.
game,
That
Everything or
bridge must
Nothing.
have been the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway.
Amazing.
And the film starred Charles Bronson.
Ooh,
Charles
I was just
Bronson.
subscribed to by somebody who has
Charles
more subscribers
Bronson.
than I do.
What an
That
amazing
used to be the only
sound.
kind of
You
subscriber
couldn't
I ever
possibly
got.
find another man whose name matches his appearance so perfectly. Yes, of course I know that Charles Bronson isn't his real name. Charles Dennis Buczynski. That's his real name. But he's Bronson. Period. Zach, what's your favorite Bronson film? Death Wish? The Magnificent Seven? Rider on the Rain? Or Farewell Friend? They're all masterpieces. But to me, his greatest work lies elsewhere. That's it, Zach. No wonder we get along so well. I don't care what anyone else says. His greatest film by far is 10 to Midnight, 1983, directed by J. Lee Thompson. There's no realism to be found in this movie, but that's what makes it so great. One might even call it a fantasy masterpiece. It was certainly filled with unprecedented fantasy compared to other police thrillers, that's for sure. You know, Zach, I'm suddenly getting the urge to watch it again.
We can try to
Let's
sketch.
hurry up and solve this case so that we can go.
Where'd it go? Did anyone see where that car went? There it is! Oh my god. So here's the problem with sketching. You would have to be faster than the car to catch up with it. But the car is obviously considerably faster than I am, so I'm never going to be able to catch up with it in sketch. It was just in my Twitter feed, Taryn. Someone commented on the announcement. So unless the person on my Twitter feed is a lying dirtbag...
Hey, Zach. No, nothing.
We should be good to go.
Just felt like saying that.
Yeah, that's the real problem with sketching. The cars never slow down, so how would you catch up with it?
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why?
We just talked about bridges. Oh wait, this is the wrong road. Sorry, gotta go to the gator farm. There's a gator farm. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shaggy. I didn't know where
Were you thinking
Oman
about
came
Galena
from.
too? And all the other women we've
I've
seen
just
so
seen
far
like
on
a
our
clip,
travels across the
a
states.
compilation
Zach,
clip of him
I'm
saying
right,
"Oh
aren't
my"
I? This is
dozens
a
of
vast
times
country.
in a row.
Incredibly
And it was
vast.
obviously from a children's
And it's
Disney
mostly
show,
composed
just
of
based
mountains,
on
deserts,
the
and
people he was
farmland,
reacting to,
with
but I didn't
small
know what
towns
show.
scattered about here and there. That's how America looks to me. Compared to the scale of this entire country, New York, Chicago, and L.A. are all microscopic.
If you get
Sometimes
in front
they
of
even
a
feel
car,
like figments of my imagination.
Press
Think
X to
that-
Jason. He will run you over, and you will get tossed off of your skateboard and take damage. So no, you cannot be in front of the car, sadly. I just did 169 points of damage to a gator. Oh, it's one of the super gators. Yeah, these are the big size gators, the tough gators. They you don't want to mess with them. As you can see, they have over 500 hit points. It's a thing. One drawback to the Magnum is it only has 6 bullets, but that doesn't really matter because the super mode for the pistol only takes 1 bullet to use, no matter how many targets you're shooting at. Oh, I should show that off. It is very funny, Taryn. Oh, you've already seen it. Okay. Yeah, the animation. Not only is it funny, but if you get hit by a car 25 times, there's a stamp for that. So if you want to complete the stamp book, you're going to have to get hit by cars over and over and over again. Which, as I said, is hard to do because there's almost no cars in the game. Hey, buddy. Come on. Come and... Oh, wait. There's one right to my left. Hey, jerk. Wow, they've really jacked up the alligator's hit points in the latest patch. They did not used to have this many hit points. They used to have 125 hit points. Shot him 5 times with the regular gun, boom, you're set. Now I have to hit him 3 times with a Magnum. Or twice if I get a headshot. Yes, and it's him doing the insurance scam from... Oh god, which one was it? Saints Row 2 or 3? Which one had the insurance scam side quest in it? Where you had to get hammered by car after car after car to maximize your payout. Fun fact, that's where Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's lawyer, made all of his money. He went to the worst, literally, it's amazing how they hooked up. He went to the worst law school in America, and he immediately went to work, working an insurance scam, where he would, like, do the paperwork for guys who pretended to get hit by cars to get payouts, and then they split it with the driver and the mobster who hooks it all up, right? And so that's what he did. He just did the paperwork on that. And then his, then he married the daughter of one of the dudes in charge of the scam, one of the mobsters in front of the scam, right? And that guy owned a bunch of units in Trump Tower, just because that's what all criminal money launderers do in America. They buy Trump properties to hide their money. And so Trump needed someone to, boom, deal with a condo board issue. Like some issue he was having with the condo board. I don't know what the detail was. So he got Michael Cohen, who was fronting for the people who owned 6 apartments. Or 6 or 10 apartments, so he had X amount of votes in the condo board. He got him to do that, and, you know, Donald Trump liked that he was a shady creep, so he put him to work as a fixer. And that's how the two of them hooked up. It's a beautiful story. You were scamming completely fictional
Exact, it
recreations.
looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand. And Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has
Actually,
before.
that's a really good
We just
point,
happened
Shaggy.
to hear
Why are you
news
still
about
doing
Lisa's murder
insurance
while
fraud
sitting in a bar
in
during our
part
vacation
4?
in New Orleans.
In Saints Row 4. That doesn't make a lick of sense. Alright, so let's check the map. Who's at home? Who can we visit at home? The mirror is still there. Alexis Diner. David, does he ever leave Casa Pineapple? God damn it. Oh, Daniel Clarkson's drinking at the Owl's Nest. We should go say hi. How do we get to the Owl's Nest from here? I probably should have checked that. Alright. Oh, it's literally on the road I'm on. Okay, that's embarrassing. Oh, and the guy who just followed me
If
made
this
a bunch
town
of
has a
walkthroughs
symbol,
and guides
it's
for
got to be
Hitman.
that bridge
Well, I
hanging over the
immediately
bayou.
like this person.
Lift bridges are truly a
Hitman
rarity.
is the best game.
Reminds me of Duluth, Minnesota. Remember what happened there? That man went to such great lengths to collect his victims' tongues. You know, the one who would French kiss them every day as they slowly decompose. As I drove him to the station after his arrest, he started lecturing me on the proper way to give someone a kiss.
Oof.
Anyway, back to Duluth. They have a famous lift bridge there called the
By the
Aerial
way,
Lift
do you know what that's a
Bridge.
reference to?
The lift bridge here is the first one we've
That little bit he did about the proper way to give a French kiss and blah, 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 blah. That's a reference to how in Deadly Premonition. Oh my god, his car left him again. This poor guy, his car keeps driving off without him. Oh, I love his car. Hey, let's see if his car made it home. Yep, biting out the tongues. Isn't that awesome that they have that reference? Ooh. I just got sent 2 codes. One for Election Year Knockout, which is a bizarre political parody of Punch-Out, where it's Punch-Out and all of the characters are people from American politics right now. Will it be terrible? I don't know. We'll be and someone offered me, that's something I requested because it sounds crazy, and someone's offering me a copy of The Plague Kingdom Wars. Huh. Which I assume is a strategy game. I'll be happy to try it out. It's in every single one, even Get Out of Hell? I'm so embarrassed now. I totally forgot that. You have a good night, Pedro. We're going to be back here with more Deadly Premonition tomorrow. I still can't show any real plot stuff until Friday, but we will be back playing more of this tomorrow. I will check, Horror King. If we can get a co-op horror game going, because that would be awesome. Resident Evil 6 is not
Looks
exactly
like a case of bad time. Let's come back late.
Exactly creepy, is it? Well, it's not so much Satan, Taryn, because you got to remember, in their depiction of hell, there's like a bunch of corporations set up running hell.
Zach, you're a coffee person, right? No sugar.
I think
only
maybe
milk.
my favorite
Yes, I'm
part
completely
about
with you on that one.
Gat Out of Hell was that Jay Moore's character from Part 2 was back, and is just because he's a corporate scumbag. Of course, he fit right in hell and is now running things in a section of hell.
One lollipop?
Like, because it's
2
hell.
lollipops?
Of course there's
3
capitalism
lollipops?
there. So yeah,
Don't
there's
mind
still
me,
going to be
Zach.
people to
This is
scam.
how I wake
Oh my
myself
god, is that
up.
his car? Oh my god, we found Daniel's empty car! We did it! No! That was amazing! We found Danny's empty car! So,
If this
serious
town
question.
has a symbol,
Is
it's
the
got
character
to be
Danny
that
named
bridge
after me?
hanging over
Yes
the
or no?
bayou. Lift bridges are truly
Okay,
a
the
rarity.
answer is no.
Reminds me of
I just
Duluth,
really want it to be
Minnesota.
named after me.
Remember what happened there?
That will
man
be
went
my
to
last
such great
question to
lengths
swear,
to
by
collect
the
his
way.
victims' tongues.
Is
You know,
character
the one
Danny
who would
named
French
after
kiss
me?
them every day as they slowly decomposed. As I drove him to the station after his arrest, he started
See, here's
lecturing
where he
me on the
parks.
proper way to give someone a kiss. Anyway,
Oh, okay, so by 2300 he has to be at home? So if he fails to get home because of glitches, the car and him both teleport home. Yeah, the game just kind of ends, doesn't it? Doesn't have a real final boss. You just take down the 3 different kings of hell, and then that's that. Yeah, it's an issue. There just aren't enough chats because, as you know, in the first one, right, he would say the one over and over again until you heard it from beginning
1
to end.
lollipop, 2 lollipops,
And then after that,
3 lollipops.
he would just
Don't mind me,
whistle
Zach.
or
This
say
is
a
how
couple
I wake
of lines,
myself
right?
up.
And more importantly, you had to ask him, right, to say something. Whereas now he just says it unbidden, which I think is a mistake.
Hey,
I
want
think
to
you
talk
should have
about
to ask him.
bridges? Why? I've become
I get that,
obsessed
Horror
with
King.
bridges, Zach, and there's no turning
I
back
will see
now.
if there's a
Remember
creepy
what we
game.
saw on our way here?
I was gonna
Back
say
when we were
obscure,
driving
but I
that
don't know if
hybrid car
obscure has
before we switched
online
over to
horror,
this.
like online co-op, or if it's just couch co-op. And it definitely has monsters in it. I mean, not so much zombies. They're different kinds of monsters, but you know. Still, there is a bunch of shooting and clubbing people in Obscure. I do like Obscure, though. I wish we could get a small game of Friday the 13th going. That would be nice. Alright, so, where should I have him teleport me to? Oak Street Memorial? Yeah, I hear you, Taryn. It's not a big problem with the game, but I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a problem with the game. They should really have a button to start the conversation instead of just auto-starting them and you wanting to skip. I completely agree with you on that front. Alright, so the zombies are about to show up. I'll just show you what it's like when the zombies show up, and then we'll call it a
Hey,
night.
want to talk about bridges? Why?
And be back here tomorrow
I've
at
become
9
obsessed with
Eastern,
bridges, Zach,
daylight time.
and there's no turning back
To play
now.
more,
Remember
Deadly
what we
Premonition
saw
2?
on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard.
I know,
We
but there's no way
passed
to have a
over the Lake
two-player game
Pontchartrain
of Friday the
Causeway,
13th
the
horror games, is
longest
what I'm
bridge
saying.
over water in the entire...
You and I would have to start a party, and then we'd have to try to get into a game with other people, and it's just such a mess, you know?
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Hunga is the skeletal gentleman.
I think Hungan means hoodoo practitioner. You can, you know, give me a
Hey, Zach,
correction
it
if
looks
I'm
like
wrong
we were
about
right
that.
on the money.
But
Tracing the
I think
San Rouge
Hugan means
distribution
hoodoo
route
practitioner.
led us right to Louisiana.
Houdun
You know what that means.
practitioner.
We've got a
I
hot
don't know
hand,
exactly how to
and
pronounce
Lady
that
Luck's
word.
given us far more favor than she ever has before.
Even
We
there,
just happened to hear
Taryn,
news
like, you need
about
to get a bunch
Lisa's
of other
murder
players to
while
get
sitting
Dead
in a
by-
bar
Dead
during our
by,
vacation in
Daylight
New
going.
Orleans. That
Actually, I don't
certainly
know if
wouldn't have
Orkin has
happened
Dead
if we
by
had stayed in
Daylight, do you?
D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have
wait, no,
found
it's
it.
got a
In the
PS4
end,
game for horror.
it would
It's
have
got to
been
be
shut up in
PS4
that
for Horror
vast,
King, 'cause he's
desolate
only
evidence vault.
playing on a laptop. So unless it's a very like relatively simple game, I don't know if you're going to be able to play it online, right?
Hey, want to talk about bridges? Why? I've become obsessed with bridges, Zach, and there's no turning back now. Remember what we saw on our way here? Back when we were driving that hybrid car before we switched over to the skateboard. We passed over the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway, the longest bridge over...
Okay. Yeah, because when you're playing the story, the repeating conversations don't happen that often. But if you just tool around the town and having a good time, yeah, you're going to hear the same stuff too much. Okay, 1 hour. Wake up. And here it comes. Yeah, I got you, Taryn. Yawn. Alright, let's do this. So you lock on. You aim at them. And every half-second game at them, you add another tag. Then you shoot. And all the shots fly out and kill everybody at once. It's fantastic. Then you get the fragments from them, and then just guys come up and respawn. There are technically there are 6 different types of enemies. There are really 3 different types of enemies, but each enemy has a variant, just like the animals. Each enemy has a darker colored variant. They don't have a unique, different colored, like Pantalona. They don't have a unique, like fancy colored variant. They do have a darker colored, stronger variant. Dual kill bonus. Yeah, Don't Starve kind of is, isn't it? Each one of them has their own unique attack. Those guys have a variety of jumping stabs, diving stabs. He throws his lock. Whoa! Skitch! No. Well, okay. I'm never going to be able to catch up with him, am I? I get that. I really like the enemies in this game. Third enemy, a crawling lady who has a variety of weird powers, is also pretty intense. Okay, I think he's gone. Alright, well that's disappointing. I thought I was going to finally get to show you skitching, but it's just not going to happen. The only car I think I could conceivably skitch on is one of the ones driven by the characters in the game, because they all drive very slowly, so you can follow them around if you want to. It's actually a nice thing Swery did. They move at very reasonable speeds for you to follow them. I followed Danny all the way home once because he was driving while hovering outside of his car. His car is glitchy as H. Ow, dick. I've got a cold, so I got a cold from sleeping outside, so my stamina is cut in half, sadly. Yeah, I think I like the enemies more for fighting in this game, but I will agree that the enemies were creepier in Deadly Premonition. And if that is the criteria you're using for whether it's good or bad, yeah, Deadly Premonition wins just on enemy creepiness. Especially since they're all begging to not die. They're very weird. Oh no! It uses 1 concentration point every time you do the special shot. So you can only do it 6 times before you have to either wait for it to reload, or use coffee or energy drinks to refill your concentration meter. Yeah, they're very creepy. Ugh. Now let's take a nap, York Morgan style. That doesn't make sense, does it? Nope. I'll show off his different suits while we're here. This is where you switch up the charms you use to power up yourself, your guns, and your ability to do tricks. Got a skateboard boost incense. I've got another boost incense. Durability, max speed, break incense. It's pretty cool. You alter your guns here. And this is where you alter your minigame. So there's 4 different kind of boosts. As you can see, they're necklaces. They are beads. Necklaces, I think. Dolls, and of course incense. Here's your toolkit. Here's your closet where you can swap out your suits. Makes sense, Horror King. I thought it was partially because of your, What the hell? Never seen this before. Oh, cool. Nice. This is amazing. Oh my god, such a good line. Aww. I've already played this game 70 hours and I'm still finding new things. Alright, so let's change my suit. So you got the agent suit, you've got a stylish brown suit, you've got the Famiglia, the Mafia suit, which is a red shirt. Well, I'll just show you. And I'll send this one out for cleaning, because I've been wearing it all day. And then in 3 days' time, he'll have a special treat for me. See? It's the Mafia guy suit with the stripy red tie, mustard shirt, and gray pants. And of course, because it's Deadly Premonition, you can grow a beard, get surrounded by flies if your suit or yourself gets too dirty. It's Deadly Premonition. They have massively, like, all the life simulation stuff is still there. Oh yes, Horror King, I thought, yeah, I mean, I had never asked. I know you primarily use a laptop, and I didn't know how good your laptop was for those types of games. You know, I should use some Cold Be Gone. Okay. And then I have to buy more of that. Let's shave. Yes! Yeah, they'll be... Not only will the NPCs run away from you, but you will get a penalty if you walk into a... You'll get a cash penalty if you walk into a store while too filthy. I've never had BO that bad, but I've had a suit that dirty, and yeah, it's pretty shameful. I wonder if the angle of this shadow changes over the course of the day. Of course I had to turn on the recording symbol, Shaggy. I had never seen that before. Okay, I'll stop saving obsessively. I'm weird that way. Okay, so we're going to call it here, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in my trip through Deadly Premonition. The journey which we are on is going to continue tomorrow night at 9 Eastern Daylight Time as we play more Deadly Premonition. It should be pretty great. Stinky Agent. My God. Oh, yeah, totally working. We're going to try to do a collaboration stream at 4 p.m. tomorrow, where we play some Bare Knuckle 2, also known as Streets of Rage 2, because we both have the same Genesis emulator for the PlayStation 4, so maybe this will work fine. Fingers crossed emoji. I know it's technically over, but you haven't gone to sleep yet, so one more happy birthday to Horror King.
Happy birthday, Horror King!
She came back just to say that. That's 100% true. I'm not exaggerating. We'll see you back here to Marzi's for more Deadly Premonition. Oh, you're in GMT. I'm in Eastern Daylight Time, so it is 11:24 right now for me. So do the, yeah. Do your calculations based on that, please. And of course, we'll be back. And so that's tomorrow, more Deadly Premonition. And Friday is the big day because we get to play whatever we want in Deadly Premonition because it's out and the embargo's over. So that should be amazing. I will see you back here for that. But until then, I'm going to say that's right. Au revoir.